Welcome back to Luke Lawson Plays. Today, we are jumping into an adventure in 19th century Paris called the Bohemian Killings. I am trying to open a door currently. Is it locked? Maybe it is locked. So if the... oh my gosh. Do I need to read a... oh, what has happened here? Oh my gosh. So... Bohemian Killings is my story as this gentleman who has committed some sort of crime, possibly her murder, and I will be on trial. I will be put on trial for... oh. Yeah. So, pretty sure I just took a life.
Monsieur Eaton. Monsieur Eaton.
And now the judge is speaking to me. Don't worry. I'm as confused as you are, but we're in this together. We will...
Monsieur Eaton, I'm talking to you.
We will make it through this.
I'm sorry, Monsieur le Président. I was thinking.
Do you understand the indictment?
No.
Sorry, but I have to ask the prosecutor to repeat.
No, thank you.
Monsieur Eaton, do you consider it to be a joke? You're charged with a serious crime. Please stay focused.
I'm trying to stay
Monsieur
focused. I couldn't open the door.
As I said, I accuse Alfred Eaton of murdering Marie Capet on the 17th of October 1894 in Paris. That day, Alfred Eaton was at the theatrical premiere of Prométhée, Vol du Feu, which took place at Opéra Garnier. As it is apparent from the testimony of witnesses, the accused left at about 8:30 p.m.
They're going over the evidence, presenting it to me again, or maybe just to the jury.
He rented a room in his name at the Caucasus Hotel, which is adjacent to the building in which he lives. It was in that room that approximately
so I rented a room in my own name and murdered Marie in that room?
Next, the accused returned to his house, and at about 10:05 p.m., he entered his apartment in the company of Marie Capet, or let her in. It results from the fingerprint analysis. It did not show the victim's fingerprints on the outer side of the door.
So only the inside of the door had my fingerprints on it.
Alfred Eaton, by means of deception or threats, led the victim to his secret workshop, which is located on the first floor.
Very few people get to see my secret workshop, so she should hold herself lucky.
Did not indicate any signs of struggle or resistance. The accused probably wanted to test on Marie Capet the prototype of a torture machine of his construction.
Test by torture machine prototype?
Along with medical tools and manuals of torture.
What am I?
When Marie Capet realized what the accused intended to do, she grabbed a metal rod lying in the room and hit the accused on the head, which caused a real threat to his life and, according to doctors, may have...
So she assaulted me. Alright, okay.
The fingerprints of Marie Capet's left hand were found on the rod, as well as Alfred Eaton's traces of blood. Traces of blood were also found on the floor of that room. At the time of his arrest, the accused had an extensive wound on his head, as confirmed by medical examination.
From the pipe she beat me with.
Seizing the opportunity, Mary Capet fled from the apartment. She was stressed and in a hurry. This was confirmed by her numerous fingerprints secured on the inside of the door of the apartment of the accused.
Where she was pushing it open, I assume.
Mary Capet ran into a nearby hotel, the Caucasus. It was the same hotel in which the accused rented a room. As it appears from the testimony of the clerk, Mary Capet was extremely stressed, repeating the word doctor and police.
She was looking for the doctor.
Probably she wanted to call for help. When the clerk went to get some water to calm Mary Capet, she disappeared. The next day, on the 18th of October, about 8:32 a.m., a maid
They found her the next morning,
in a room rented by
dead.
Alfred Eaton. It was
In my
covered
hotel
with
room.
numerous fingerprints of the victim and of the accused, and had traces of the victim's blood. The immediate cause of death was a severe blow to the abdomen in the liver area with a blade of about
It was that
14
assassin's blade that I
centimeters
was brandishing in the opening
long. The
scene.
murder weapon constructed by the accused was secured in his apartment.
I built that thing?
Mary
What?
Capet's unwashed blood stains were still present on it, as well as the fingerprints of the accused. The accused is also charged by the testimony of one of the neighbors who passed the accused at the front door of the building in which they both lived at about 11:30 p.m. The witness testified that the clothing
So I
of the
killed her
accused
with the
was
weapon I
stained
made after showing her my torture room. My
Unfortunately,
neighbor saw
the
me
said
and saw
clothes
me covered in
were
blood.
not found. At the time of committing the alleged crime, the accused was sane, which means he acted consciously. For committed crimes,
Oh my
the
gosh.
accused shall be liable to life imprisonment or the death penalty.
It seems like an open and
Has the
shut
accused
case.
finally understood the indictment?
Oui, Monsieur le Président.
Yes, I
Does the
understand.
accused plead guilty to the charges against him?
Non, Monsieur le Président.
Does the
What?
accused want to provide explanation?
Of course I do.
Oui, Monsieur le Président.
Monsieur le Président, could I ask you for some conversation time with my client?
Of course. I just wish it would not take too much time. We've already wasted too much of it.
Monsieur Eaton, please note that you can look through evidence at any moment. It is available by pressing tab. I will show the defense evidence to the court at the time of your uncovering during the testimony. It might surprise the prosecutor. If necessary, you can recall the string of events according to the prosecution by pressing the Q key. Will you need my help during testimony? I will give you my advice and remind you.
Yes,
of
I absolutely want
important
the
facts.
help of my defense attorney. Absolutely.
We are ready, Monsieur le Président.
Then let's get started. Monsieur Eaton, what were you doing on October 17th, 1894, from 8 to 12 p.m.?
There was a theatrical premiere
Oh
of
my
Prometheus
gosh.
that day.
This,
Which was
the odds
sponsored by
definitely
Lefou,
seem stacked
in which
against
I
me
am
here.
the lead designer. Starting at 7 p.m.,
Evidence
I was
is
at the premiere
mounted
of the Opéra Garnier.
in
Around
pursuit of
8:30
my
p.m. after the play, I
my
found that I did
charge
not
of
want
murder.
to attend the dull banquet, and instead I preferred
Seems
to
like an
work.
open and shut case. I
said
don't know how I'm
goodbye
gonna.
to
I don't
Jean,
even really know. I don't know if I can get
President
myself out of
and I
this.
drove home.
If there's
I
alternatives.
got there at about 9 p.m.
So what we will see is an opportunity for the game to take us back and forth between the two
For a
timelines,
moment, I admired the charming streets of Montmartre.
as
I
I'm
decided to go for an
providing
evening.
my recount of
I
testimony.
did not recall that.
The game will allow me to travel back and forth along the
For a
timeline
moment, I admired the charming streets of Montmartre.
as I recall my tale and share it with the judge. And then we will go back to the courtroom where we will discuss the evidence.
I saw the lights were on in Monsieur Brissot's apartment. I do not recall that part. For a moment, I admired the charming streets of Montmartre. I saw the lights were on in Monsieur Brissot's apartment.
So the lights are on in somebody's apartment.
For a moment, I admired the charms of Montmartre.
Yes, thank you for admiring the charmed streets.
I do not recall that part.
I wish I knew what you did recall. Hey, look, an open door. What is this? Did we go to the Café du Paris? Oui, monsieur. Holy smokes!
I entered the Café de Paris cafeteria. I wanted to drink some good wine and eat a piece of cheese.
And I got the
A group
crap
of
kicked out of me.
rabble tried to throw me out, screaming that there was no room for gypsy thieves. They beat me and threw me into the street. I was all covered in blood.
Did you report this fact to police officers?
No, Monsieur le Président. I decided that it was not worth losing my time.
And why is that?
A second of my word is more important than the lifetime of each and every one of those plebeians. Besides, if I had reported it, I would have done them a favor.
What do you mean, Monsieur Eaton?
In jail, they would have had better living conditions than those holes that they call houses.
That's
I
true.
understand. Please return to your testimony.
So the reason I was covered in blood is because I went to go get some wine and cheese, and this gentleman and his buddy in the corner beat me up and threw me in the streets for attempting.
For a moment, I admired the charms.
We know you admired the charmed streets. We remember this part of your testimony, sir.
I do not recall.
I don't recall going down those stairs either. I guess we'll follow the feathers. I assume that that's why they keep falling.
For a moment, I admired the charms of.
I'm gonna punch you if you don't quit saying that, sir. I don't recall that part.
I opened the gate.
And look, it worked. Just like it was supposed to. Can we...
I entered the nearby hotel.
Yes, we can.
Caucasus.
So it is now October 17th, 1894. We are entering the hotel lobby. I am currently covered in blood from my bar fight. And we need a room. Because I assume that we're going to rent a room based on the fact that we are in a terrible, terrible state right now.
Apparently, the clerk noticed my state, but the rules of savoir-vivre did not let him make any commentary.
Savoir-vivre?
I wanted to rent a room in a hotel, but the clerk said that a room had already been rented in my name.
What?
He said it's on the top floor and gave me a spare key. I must add that the conversation with this man was not held at about 9:25 p.m., as according to his testimony, but at a different time.
Monsieur Eaton, do you claim that you did not rent that room?
Oui, Monsieur le Président. But I knew it could not be a coincidence. The
So
name
someone else
is-
rented a room
is not
in
that
my
common.
name?
So you tried to learn more from the clerk?
Yes, however, he hid behind his professional secrecy. I knew he wouldn't tell me a thing.
I do not understand one more thing. You live next to the hotel, so why did you want to rent a room there?
Sometimes I meet up with some girls of Moulin Rouge, and
Yep, Moulin Rouge.
due to my reputation, I prefer not to do it in my apartment.
Did you meet Marie
Well,
Capet
yeah,
first?
you gotta keep
No,
those
monsieur.
trashy broads
Never.
next door.
I understand. Please continue.
So it's only a little after 9. Let's. Can we rent it? So he gave me the spare key already? Is that true? Does that mean I can go up? Yep.
I called the elevator. I opened the elevator grate.
And we're on the top floor. Is that where we want to go first?
I took the elevator to the second floor.
Oh my gosh. Should have went to the second floor. I mean the first floor. We did go to the second floor.
Then I opened the elevator grate.
And then I walked around the second floor lobby area looking for books or cigars.
I examined the historic tableware.
Beautiful historic tableware. Then I read the paper.
I read cultural announcements.
So, the clerk's testimony and the evidence book show that at 11:16 she was murdered in this room. What time is it now? It's only 9:20. So she's gonna be murdered in this room in a little over 2 hours? So these are all the events. Okay. So we need to get a hold of the guest book. Maybe the guest book will help provide us with...
I opened the inner door.
And then I went into the room on the left.
I tried the door handle to the hotel room, but it was closed.
Why did you want to open
I'm ashamed to admit, but I forgot which room I had rented.
it? I understand. Please continue your testimony.
Yeah, I don't know which room I rented. That's a true story.
I opened the door and entered the room.
Huh, that was a close call. The judge was like, why are you trying to go in someone else's room? So if it's a night like any other night, I would have some
Later,
champagne.
I tasted some champagne from the ice bucket.
And then I read another newspaper.
I read cultural announcements.
I probably should have taken a bath first. Oh, I've been covered in blood this whole time.
Bath, washing away any traces of blood.
And then, what time is it now? Well, was it 8? $8:15? 8:10. We might as well have some more champagne while we're building our defense.
Later, I tasted some champagne from the ice bucket.
I enjoy the taste of champagne. Why is that a bad thing? I don't really know if do I want to sleep? Surely not. Ugh. Yeah, there's really no telling. I feel like sleeping would be...
I stared out the window.
Yeah.
At the quiet street of Montmartre.
Just the quiet streets where I've just got my face kicked in at the bar.
I stared out the window at the quiet street of Montmartre. There was a suitcase in the room filled with francs. I picked it up and took it with me.
Monsieur Eaton, why did you take the suitcase with you?
Monsieur le Président, there was a suitcase filled with money in the room, rented in my name. I did not see any reason not to take it.
Please continue your testimony.
Should I have left that there? That seems like a horribly sketchy thing to be left in a hotel room rented in my name. I'm so confused right now. We're gonna go ahead and call it here while I gather my thoughts and try to determine what the H is happening. I feel like I'm gonna end up being charged with either the death penalty or life in prison simply because I will be unable to formulate a solid plan of properly testifying against my own demise. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.